let's start off right away with a report coming from Apple Hub or from Facebook. I will make sure I don't expose the info there. So yeah, I will
Uh,
publicize the link.
Mine is
Go ahead
from
and screen
Mac
share.
Rumors.
But yeah, take this as a grain of salt, huh? Take this as a grain of salt.
Right. Hold on.
Wait. Oh wait. I'll be the one. Hold on. Making sure I don't. There it is. Alright. So here is a Facebook post coming from Apple Hub that the Siri will reportedly be using. Yes, Siri will reportedly be using Gemini, Google Gemini. Yes. So here is my screen share right here. Alright, I don't know why it's not on my end, but anyway, so here it is. This is coming from Apple Hub. Apple's upcoming smarter version of Siri will reportedly be powered by Google Gemini. And yep, they will pay Google about $1 billion a year for a 1.2 trillion parameter artificial intelligence model made by Google. And this is coming from a reputable insider or leaker of our Apple leaker that is named Mark Gurman. So yeah, I have to say this is kind of twisting turn for Apple, especially they have their own AI model which is called Apple Intelligence. And why are they suddenly partnering with Google Gemini? And now for a full report from Mac Rumors as we continue. Apple will use Gemini for functions related to summarizing and multi-stepping task planning and execution, but Apple models will also be used for some Siri features. The AI model that Google is developing for Apple will run on Apple's private cloud compute servers, so Google will not have access to Apple data, so good for them. Gemini uses a mixture of express architecture, so while it has over 1 trillion total parameters, only a fraction of them are activated for each query. The architecture allows for a large total compute capacity without racking up significant processing costs. Apple wait using its own AI models for the large language model version of Siri and also tested options from OpenAI and Anthropic, but it decided to go with Gemini after deciding Anthropic's fees were too high. Apple already has a partnership with Google for search results, which means if you go with the search bar, you can see that Google is the preferred search provider, right? So continuing here with Google paying Apple around $20 billion per year to be the default search engine option on Apple devices. Although Apple is planning to rely on Google AI for now, it plans to continue working on its own models and will transition to an in-house solution when its large language models are capable enough. Apple is already working on a 1 trillion parameter cloud-based model that could be ready as soon as 2026. Apple is unlikely to publicize its arrangement with Google while it develops in-house models. Apple was meant to debut an updated version of Siri in iOS 18, but the efficiencies required the company to overhaul the underlying Siri architecture and significantly delay the rollout. The smarter Apple Intelligence Siri is expected to be introduced in an iOS 26.4 update that's coming in spring 2026. With that, Siri will be able to answer more complex queries and complete more complicated tasks in and between apps. It will be closer in function to Claude and ChatGPT, though Apple is not planning a dedicated chatbot app. So, what do you say about Siri, Apple opting to use Google Gemini for their upgraded Siri, as now we know more details on how they're going with, right? So interesting for me is that they first tested OpenAI and Anthropic, and yeah, they could have opted for Anthropic, but it was pricey, so they went with Gemini. So, what do you say about this news? Let us know in the comment section down below or in the live chat. And for Dreamcar, any comments?
Yeah, something to expect about Google Gemini. It's very interesting as long as the quality of the search is very okay. So that's very interesting how they're now merged with Google Gemini for Siri. So that's very interesting.
Yup.